Hey, everybody. Hope everybody's doing good today. If you want a live DCF, all you have to do is donate. Please leave a comment so I know you can hear me. Let's see how the market's doing today. It's an up day today. Let's see. Every time I look at the top stocks for the day, or either the top gainers or the top losers, pharmaceutical stocks are always there because they have big swings. You can see this Repair Therapeutic is up 40%. IMEX Biopharma up 30%. But these are probably penny stocks. You can see the market cap 33 million, 500 million. Redbox moves a lot. Every day it's like either up 20%, down 20%. But if you want a live DCF, donate. I'm doing Chewy right now. I'm doing a video on Chewy. I just finished recording it. I just have to. I'm in the middle of editing it. EBET, earnings before expenses and taxes. I just made it up. American Superconductor. Never heard of that company. But leave a comment. Let me just confirm you can hear me. Can you hear me? Sometimes the mic doesn't work. Pure Storage up 19%. So if you want a DCF, you can just donate now, and it takes me like 5 minutes to run a DCF. UiPath, that's a really popular stock. Did a video on that, I think last week. Please comment. Let me know if you can hear me. I think you can hear me, but let me know. Can you hear me? Let's see what else is up. Archer Aviation. UEC, I've done a video on Uranium Energy Corp. That's up 16%. Nextdoor. Do you guys use Nextdoor? I use it sometimes. It's okay. You could like see what neighbors are selling things, or you can sell things, or you get information. But let me know, can you hear me? That's all I want to do, is just a confirmation if you can hear me. That would help. Just somebody comment. Microvision up 15%. Roblox up 15%. I can hear you. Okay, great. Sometimes I forget to add my face to the live stream, and I'm talking and nobody can hear me. Open Door. If you're looking to get into the real estate, how's everybody doing today? If you want a DCF, just donate any amount you want to donate, and I'll do DCF. It takes about 4 minutes. I think I could do it in 4 minutes. The real Carvana. That's a well, they sell cars. I think it's just used cars. They sell used cars. They have these really like interesting like towers where they store the cars. Hey Doc, what's up? Roy 3 Abdo. Sprout Social, not too familiar with them. I know Sprout, the supermarket type store, not Workhorse, the EV company. Fuel Cell. I think I did a video on them once. That hedge fund that I said offered me a job, and I didn't go with the hedge fund. Actually, I went with another company. But the hedge fund actually came back and wanted to up the offer. But I kind of committed to the other company. So Lovesack. Did you ever see the Lovesack? It looks really comfortable. It's not as comfortable as it looks. I mean, I wouldn't say it's uncomfortable, but when I saw a Facebook post, I went to I had to go to another city because there was no Lovesack where I lived. I had to go to a shopping center, but it was okay. It was nice, but it looks a lot nicer than it is. Hey, Chiraf or Kira, thank you for the donation. It's one donation for a DCF, but we'll do the first one. MITQ. And if you could time me, let me know how long it takes starting now. I want to see if I could get it done in under 5 minutes. MITQ. 9.3. Oh, thank you for the donation. Oh boy. Oh. There's no future growth for MITQ, so we're gonna have to kind of estimate it. That's the dogs of the Dow in the background, exactly. $1.14. This might be a tough one to do DCF on. 12 million. Really small company. CTRM. Yeah, I've done Castor Maritime. I've done a couple videos on them. I never heard of MITQ, moving image. Communication equipment. Come on. How'd it go? I'm on a live stream, so we'll talk about it later. Okay? Yeah. Is that a SPAC, MITQ? No? Ah, boy. Okay, so this might be a little tough to estimate. It's just yeah. Okay. So yeah, it's tough. I'm coming out with $4.35, but it's really a total guess with a company like this. There's really no not too much information to work with. It's not a bankrupt company. Okay, that's good to know. Why is this? Shit, I have to fix this. I gotta fix this sheet. Why isn't... If we look up A12, I copied everything over from another spreadsheet earlier, and formula needs to be updated. And I hope this fixes it. Okay, good. That worked. Let's see the ratios obviously aren't going to be that good. They rank 67th in market cap of the 71 companies in the industry. They have a good price to sales. Their revenue is higher than their market cap, but we can't look at the PE or price to free cash flow. Yeah. So yeah, I'm getting 435, but that's assuming I just gave them 20% revenue growth for the next few years based over the 15 million. But yeah, but CTRM may be a little easier. Okay, CTRM. Okay. Let's see, CTRM. And if someone could time me, I want to see if I can do it. Wait, what's going on? This is 2 companies in a row that didn't have future growth. Okay. $1.97. $186 million market cap. Financials. No, you can pick any company you want. I'm just I don't mind doing any company. I'm just saying the result may not be as reliable. That's as a company like with consistent positive numbers. But I like doing like companies I never heard of. I learned something new. Well, their revenue growth looks really good. This is must be marine shipping industry, I believe. Meta's up, thank God. That's been killing me. Marine shipping. This will be 10 minutes. The neighbor's lawn is getting so annoying. I have to work my videos around when the neighbors get their lawn done. Look at Zim on top. That was a popular. What's going on? Okay. I hate when a lot of tabs are open. I get confused. Well, look at that dividend yield for Zim. CTRM. Oh, it's not even in the top 20 in market cap. I think it would be. Okay. Okay, so I grew their revenue at 20%. I mean, they've been growing a ton from 6 million up to 180 million. So I think 20% is doable for the next 4 years. And the average company in their industry converts 32% of their revenue into free cash flow, which is pretty amazing. Look at Zim, 5.8 billion of free cash flow with 12.7 billion of revenue. Really high margins. Let's give them the highest whack. Try to be a little more conservative. They're at 13.8. Let's go with the 13.8. I try to be as conservative as possible. I'm getting 578. Companies like this do a lot of reverse stock splits because the stock usually falls below. Maybe not them because they're pretty new. Oh, they did a 1 for 10 reverse stock split. So when a stock falls below $1, the company does a reverse split, so it increases the price of the stock. One thing to consider: if a company has a small amount of shares outstanding, like they had 1 billion shares outstanding, then they did the reverse stock split, and now they have about 100 million, the 1 for 10. So when a company has a small amount of shares outstanding, that might indicate they've done reverse stock splits. When you look at a company like Apple that has many billions of shares outstanding, is because they did a regular stock split and they kept increasing their shares. That's an indication of a healthy company when they have a lot of shares outstanding. Nokia also has like 5 billion shares outstanding. Yeah, a lot of tech is up today. Come on. Also, with the reverse stock splits, it really kills your stock price like over time. So you can see it's down like 95% or something. Even in the past year, it did fall to about almost $1. Now it came up since then. It was up to 250. Yeah, it's an interesting company. Marine shipping is kind of really volatile. They spent a lot on CapEx, a lot more than double average, more than double. They have a good debt to equity ratio. They rank 25th in market cap of the 34 companies in the industry. Oh, yeah, Zim. If you bought into Zim, you probably already made your money in dividends. When you buy a stock that pays dividends, especially a stock that pays lots of dividends, like any utility stock or REIT, you have to remember if you bought it, if you buy a stock, say for $100, and if 5 years later it's still trading at $100, that might not mean you're flat. That you might have made a lot of money if they paid you dividends. If they never pay you a dividend, then you are flat. But if you built in the dividends for some of these stocks, you might be up like if you could have gone into Zim below $20 a couple of years ago or a year ago, you might have already made over 100% back in dividends. People don't really consider that with the stock price, but that's a really important part. You look at that, $2.85, $17 dividend. That must have been a special dividend. Look, they already paid like $25 in dividends since August 2021. $25. It's kind of like playing with the casino's money. Because say you bought it for $25. You already got your money back, so you're like, now it's all free money from this point on. But you can see a lot of the stock price is like the future is kind of built into it. Because like when Tesla was losing lots of money and when Amazon was losing lots of money, the stock price was really high and it kept going up because the future growth is built into it, which is hard to kind of estimate the future. It's easy to look at the past because you know what the past was, but to try to forecast what the future is, it could be a little tricky. That's what we're doing here on the DCF. Facebook is up today. Okay, almost at 200. That's good. I mean, I got it at 300 in the beginning of January. I think I'm up overall on Facebook because I did get it for under 200 a couple of years ago, and I bought in more at 300. I bought like right in the beginning of January, not at the peak, the beginning of January. But I did buy a lot of Facebook when they IPO'd in 2012, and I think I 4x'd on that. I put 10,000 in. No, 4,000. I bought 100 shares, I think, and that 4x'd. So if you want a DCF, it takes 5 minutes about. I could do it now. Just donate any amount. The more the better. Snap. It was. That's why I like Facebook so much, because of that. And it's funny because when I bought Facebook, let me show you. I bought it at the IPO. Whenever they started trading, and it was at 40. I got it at 40, I remember. And I remember my coworkers were saying, it's too overvalued. Don't buy it. And then let's see, April. So after about 6 weeks, I was down 50%. But I mean, I waited for I can't remember, like 3 years or something, and I know it was well over 100 when I sold. Like it's probably around here. I can't remember, but I know I think between 3x and 4x. What were we talking about? Oh, Snap. Snap we were looking at. So say you got Snap in February 2017. I know people sometimes say, I don't care about the past. I don't want to know that. I don't care that I could have 20x'd on a stock if I bought it 10 years ago. I want to know about the future. But if you ignore the past and not understand things, you're never going to make good decisions. So like, say for instance, you bought Snap at the IPO. You like the company, which was in the first quarter of 2017. So it was about $28. So after a year, you were down like 45%. That was 317. And then after 2 years, you were down like 65%. So most people wouldn't have held that long. But if you had conviction, if you really liked the company, a lot of people, if they did hold long term, there was a lot of people. Not over 90% of the people won't even hold a year. But let's say you did hold long term, and once you got back up to your IPO price, what did we say? It was 27. You would have had to wait till September 2020. So 3.5 years to get back to where you were. And some people would have just sold. They're like, thank God I got my money back. I want to get out of the stock. I hate it. 3.5 years, what a waste. But you would have got paid big time. I mean, even if you sold it here, 100% return is not bad. I mean, you can't time it on top. Of course, you could have had a 300% return at the peak. But even if you held on for that 100% or 150 or 200%, it would have paid off. That's, of course, if you felt good about the company. If you buy into a crappy company just based off of what people say and not based off of the company's business model, then you're probably never going to make any money. Trying to think of what's that company? Oh yeah, Waiter. I should have shorted. I was thinking about shorting Waiter once I sold the stock, because I'm pretty sure they're going to go bankrupt. I really thought they looked good once they started getting close to break even. But then the next couple of quarters, maybe they're manipulating the books a little bit because, yeah, I don't think it looks good. I think they're going to go away. I should have sold. I bought it. I bought a lot of it, and it was up like 50% within a week or two. I didn't sell it. I ended up being down 50% when I sold. But that's good. And I would have, if I didn't sell, I would have lost 90%. But if you want a DCF, just donate anything you want. Is Netflix up? Yeah, Netflix is just getting a lot of bad press. Okay, that's up 12%. I guess all the tech stocks are doing well today. Amazon, 3%. I got it at 2,500, and I was up like 30%. Now I'm back to break even. I was down 10% the other day, so I'm probably getting close to break even again. Donate Dogecoin. Give me $1 million Dogecoin. I'll send you a pizza. And then in 5 years, that $1 million Dogecoin would be worth like 2 cents. So you could have bought a pizza for 2 cents if you give me remember that Dogecoin millionaire guy? That guy, he sold everything. He maxed out his credit cards, and he put it all into Dogecoin. And I think it was like $200,000. And he was up to, I think at its peak, like 2.5 million. Almost 3 million. And everybody was saying to sell. I think he's getting close to break even. I think he's maybe up a little bit. I think his cost basis was 6 cents. It's probably up today because that's up, down too. So he's probably up like 30%, but he was up. He was up 2,000%. Up to 2.8 million. Up to 2.8 million. And a year later, does he give? Let's see if he has a. I know he put more into it. He shows us every time he buys more. I know he bought another 10, 20,000 recently. Yeah, it's pretty sad, right? CTX-R. Let me know how long it takes me to do it from beginning to end. IMAX. That's a good company, a good semiconductor company. CTX-R. Wow, that's a lot of growth. 147 million. $63 million and 0. So they're pre-revenue. CTX-R. Biotech. A lot of biotech stocks in the market. It's 760. Three 355. Yeah, you could do a DCF on anything. It's harder if they're pre-revenue, but you can do it. %9.3%. Where did I put the whack? How come it's... Wow, nice. You sold at 81. That's good. Okay. Mhm. Free cash flow. Okay. Let's give them the highest whack at 10%. So, assuming everything goes as planned, their revenue is projected to hit 147 million in 2024. 147 million of revenue. So if that happens, and they get the positive free cash flow by 2025, I'm assuming they have negative before that. Let's lower this. If everything goes as planned, I'm coming out with 366. Of course, if they get FDA approval, this is a pharmaceutical, right? Yeah, if they get FDA approval, it's going to go a lot higher. Hey, Savvy Money. But yeah, it's kind of a guess with a company that's pre-revenue. I mean, it's a guess with every DCF, but it's a big guess with a company like this. You really have to follow their pipeline of drugs and how close they are to FDA approval and how close they are to generating revenue. They have a good price to book, but yeah, we can't look at their ratios. It's definitely a risky one when you invest in a penny stock, because anything can happen. You can have a great product and never be profitable and never make money, and you can have a mediocre product and be really profitable. It's really how you run a business. Yeah, I don't know if you need to be an expert, but the more knowledge you have on a pharmaceutical market, the better you'll be. But it's like you could talk to an expert on pharmaceutical stocks or an expert on any product, but they might not understand how to run a profitable business. Like Steve Jobs knows how to run a company. He's also good at building products, but he has people who are much better at building products than him. Development of first-class critical care products, anti-infectives and oncology, adjunct cancer care, stem cell therapy, and unique prescription products. Yeah, every stock looks good when you read about it. When you read about like what they're doing. But sometimes a good company with a good product, they don't get much like like marketing, or not many people talking about them, so the stock doesn't really go anywhere. And until they start to become profitable, then by default you're going to start getting notice. But you can have a stock that's terrible or a company that's garbage, and they get tons of activity for whatever reason. People are trying to like pump the stock up, make money for themselves, or who knows what reason. So you have to. Let's see how the. I think Tesla. Well, I've always thought Tesla should go down. It's getting close to my price target. I think my price target was. Well, let's see my price target. Tesla. Okay, in January I did a video on Tesla. I am at 482. So they're not there yet. But yeah, I think Tesla has a lot more downside. I do think over time they're going to go up a lot. But I could see them coming down to like, well, I said 482, so I don't know. You don't want to always wait for your target, because say your price target for Tesla is 500, and they hit like 520, and then go to like 1500 over the next couple of years. So it's hard to know, but I think 500 would be a good time to buy. But even now, I think it's a good time to buy. I think long term, I think it's fine. Oh, that's interesting. He gets margin called at 400. It peaked at, was it 1200, the peak? Or did it break through 1200? Yeah, a little over 1200 was the peak. And it was down 50%, 628. Well, the 52-week low was 571, the high was 1243. So it was more than 50%. I wonder, was Facebook more than 50% also? Probably. Yeah, a little more than 50%. God, it's crazy. 169. But look at like Netflix. That's like down 80% in a year. That was over 700, and now it's 160. So it's like 70. Look, this is me on this commercial. I think I'm coming up right here. That's me. But if you want a DCF, you can donate any amount. I have a Zoom call at noon, so I have to get off before noon. Thank you for the donation, AOSL. AOSL. Let's see. Okay, no future growth. Oh, it's right here. How come? Let's see, AOSL. Semiconductors. I never heard of that one. Let's see. Do you think it'll be undervalued or overvalued? Okay, AOSL. $1.2. At least it's over $1 billion. Semiconductors, lots of demand for semiconductors. So it's coming out a little more normal. I'm coming out with 58. It's trading at 44. They rank 42nd in market cap. Their price to free cash flow is 11. That's really good. And price sales is also really good. And they're growing faster than the average company, 15%. growing faster than Taiwan Semiconductor and Broadcom and Intel, but not as much as AMD and NVIDIA. So it peaked at 61 in December, which is pretty close to what I'm coming out with, 58. So it looks like if the model is close, it looks like that was a good price, and the bear market brought it down. When a stock price goes down in the bear market, it may stay at that level if it belongs at that level. But if it should have been up here at 61, then it will come back. HOLX. 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 The revenue was 5.6 billion. It's projected to decline. That's interesting. Medical instruments. Yeah, the company I'm going to work for, they sell medical devices, single-use medical devices, like a one-time use. It could be a red flag. It's hard to tell. When someone buys a stock, when an insider buys, you pretty much know they're buying because they think the stock price will go up. But when they sell, it doesn't have to mean they think the stock will go down. It may mean they just need money. They need to pay bills, or they have too much invested in the company. But generally, you don't want to see too much insider selling, especially if it's by a lot of different people. Whole logic. Yeah. Medical device, that's a good industry to be in. There's definitely demand for that. I wonder why the revenue is projected to decline so much? It's okay. I wonder why the free cash flow is so high. 2.7 billion. Yeah, they add a lot of so the free cash flow is really high in the trailing 12 months. Mainly because they received 383 million of receivables. So when a customer buys a product on credit, you're sending them a product or providing a service, but you're not receiving money. So your operating cash flow doesn't look good in that accounting period. But when they pay for the product, then it looks much better, your operating cash flow. So you're receiving the cash in one accounting period and sending the product in a different accounting period. So that kind of skewed the numbers a little bit. What is Fidelity? Oh, Insider. Okay, I'm at 74. 75. I initially had them at 148, but I think it's due to the inflated free cash flow in 2021 or 23. They've been around a long time. It's not sketchy. It's just it would be sketchy if they pass through like lots of non-cash items, like lots of big asset, like an asset impairment or a goodwill impairment, or pass through a big gain on the sale of an asset, or lots of depreciation stuff going on. But you can't help it if you like buy, like for instance, say in the third quarter, which is wait, was it 12, 11, 10? So July, August, September, the third quarter, you might have had a big cash outflow. So your cash flow looks really bad, like even negative in the third quarter. But the reason you had such a large cash outflow is because you were stocking up on inventory for Christmas, your busiest time. And then in the fourth quarter, you have a ton of cash coming in because all the products you bought last quarter, you sold them in this quarter. So you just have to understand this. There's some just companies have different cycles, but if you look at it over like maybe several years, it kind of smooths out. Everything smooths out, but in a particular quarter, you might see like a lot of kind of volatility. But it looks good. I mean, their free cash flow, their operating cash flow went from 700 million to 2.8 billion. Lots of free cash flow. Revenue is a good number to look at because you can't really skew revenue. I mean, you could, but it's a little more difficult. It kind of is what it is. So seeing revenue, that's a good number to focus on if you want to see how a company's doing. But actually, I have a noon call. I have a Zoom with somebody at noon. A QuickBooks call. I'm trying to I've done a lot with QuickBooks, but certain features I haven't used, and I want to make sure I'm ready for this job. So I have all my QuickBooks skills down. But yeah, thanks for joining. Thanks for donating. And let me know if you want me to do another live stream like this where I do DCFs. Okay, I'll talk to you later. Thanks a lot.